Ender? Yes, you, sir. No, no, no. Eyes on me. Don't ignore me. Don't chew on yourself, sir. Sir?
Ender.
Yes, you. Don't be a butt.
He's like, I don't understand. Welcome back, BVB Army, to another episode of BVB Army Hearts to Hearts. My name's Nicole.
I am Ruth over here.
And today, Ruth and I have a very fun episode planned. This is episode 32, right?
It is 32.
32 episodes in already.
We are almost to our 50th.
Can you believe it's already been like almost a full year since we started this, and we're only on episode 32? Andy is doing so much better now. His symptoms have cleared. He's able to hit the road again, actually. Yeah. What were they, last night in Indiana?
I think they started back in Indiana and then they went to Kentucky. So they missed a couple of shows. I believe it was, and I can never pronounce it right. So they missed they missed 3 shows. And they got back on the 8th, which is Indianapolis, Indiana. Yeah, I think you're correct. Yeah. And then, they got there and then they're continue on. So by the time this episode's uploaded, they already played in Kentucky, Buffalo, New York, Waldsford, Connecticut,
Connecticut, yeah.
Yeah, so they're in, there you go. So they're playing today in Connecticut.
Well, hopefully, if they at all do a second leg, those tour dates will hopefully be made up.
Fingers crossed. I am banking on a second tour date, and I really hope that they, go back to those locations where unfortunately they couldn't perform in anything. We are happy that Andy and the crew are back on the road, healthy and ever, and in doing what they can do best, is just rock out on the show. So.
The tour must go on.
We're gonna have a little fun time with this episode, guys. This actually was Nicole's idea.
It was actually really funny when, Ruth and I were sitting here Googling all these Black Veil Bride stage injuries for our last episode. And it was kind of one of those things. I was like, I wasn't finding a lot of information. I'm like, what better way can I type this? So, and as you start to type things into Google, how sometimes it brings up suggestions for you based upon what other people have also Googled. So apparently this is called Google Deep Drive, right?
Yeah.
Yes. We are basically going to do some Google deep dive on Black Veil Brides just to see what interesting things people have Googled about them and why. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this.
For those of us who have been on YouTube for a while, a lot of creators have done this type of deal where they literally just go on Google, type in anything that they can, whatever Google tops up. And for us, obviously, we're going to do specifically with Black Veil Brides, not just anything. Maybe we might get off the rails. Who knows? Just depends. It's Google Deep Drive. We don't know what we're going to come across here.
That's the best part. The best part is not knowing. We didn't do any pre-research before or anything, so this is going to be 100% brand new to us.
So whatever pops up on Google and our end is going to be our general reaction, because you gotta love the internet. Once it's up in the internet and doesn't come back down.
Once it's out there, you guys.
It's out there. And I have seen some very unique / interesting things when it comes to at least looking things up.
Let's start diving in.
I'm literally just going to type in BVB, and you know why. Yup, there it is!
Soccer team.
Okay, this one makes me laugh, and I'm pretty sure a lot of the members of the Army knows this one already, but when you just type in BVB, lowercase or capital case, you have probably seen this image or this soccer team before.
It's very confusing if you are very new to the BVB Army, because you don't expect anyone else to have BVB as a short little name.
And then the related thing is what does BVB stand for? Why do they call it BVB? Is BVB a German club? Is BVB a German club?
Out of all the things, I was not expecting soccer.
I know. When the first time I came across this, I'm like, no, this is not BVB at all. When did they have a soccer? I literally thought they had a soccer team thing.
Well, to be fair, the logo that the soccer team has, at first, I thought, oh my God, is that one of Black Veil Brides' logos? What are the chances?
It's one of those things, and it makes me laugh so hard because, I don't know if you come across any experience with this, Nicole, at least through social media. I've come across it through, YouTube, where if I'm making a Black Veil Brides related video, I put BVB in the title just to shorten it. And then I got a comment one time telling me like, oh, I thought this was a soccer team. No, this is a band. This is not what I thought it was. I'm like laughing so hard when I saw that comment. So
honestly, out of everything I've ever like talked about online that involved shortening Black Veil Brides to BVB, I don't think I've ever had a person ask me if it was the soccer team. I think everyone that I've talked to or who I've known have known exactly what I'm talking about.
It's funny.
Which thank gosh.
It's just funny how this pops up from time to time. Like, and I have to tell myself, right, I have to type in not BVB, I have to type in Black Veil Brides. I'm getting exposed right now for what I've been typing, but there you go. That's what we're looking for.
That's what we want to see. Which, let's real quick bring that up. Black Veil Birds. Do you remember when that used to be like an insult to Black Veil Brides?
No.
If not,
never.
Yeah.
What?
I had these people trolling me online one time. They added me just to solely make fun of me for liking them. And they kept saying Black Veil Birds. And I was like, I don't really consider that an insult because like if we want to talk about birds, I think of crows and I'm like, yep, Black Veil Brides could be crows. That's so cool.
I mean, Black Veil Birds, I feel like that would still be a cool name.
Right? I just think of crows and that's why I'm like, that's awesome.
No, I've never even heard of that whatsoever. So
that's crazy. You know, I'm glad that it didn't blow up and become something big because it was just so unnecessary.
So when it comes to Black Veil Brides on Google, when you type in Black Veil Brides, this is what pops up and everything. Okay, literally did not type anything. The first search is in the end here. 2021, VIP, genre, Boise, logo, merch. And I think that's Oklahoma. I don't know. I could be wrong. So.
Let's put an is in front of black.
Right, Black Veil Brides is... I love how it says love isn't always fair.
That's a good song. It's not is, but you know, love works.
Nothing's coming with is. Black Veil Brides, are they Christian?
Are they Christian? See, and I love that someone has to ask that just because they wear black.
All right, Black Veil Brides are they Christian? All right, I mean, are they Christian? I feel like it's always when they call my name, lyrics. We're in a deep dive. Once we go in, we don't come out. What pops up are they Christian? We get the definition of their name itself, okay? Which I feel like most fans know that one already.
Yeah. If you don't, you do now.
Poetry, okay. Song facts, fandom. Is Andy Black religious? Does Andy Black have a kid? Okay, we're just getting facts here on Andy. Okay.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, this looks more like questions and answers.
Why is Black Veil Brides hated?
I think if you put the is in front of black, it might pop up with more.
Oh, is Black Veil Brides?
Yeah.
I'm getting exposed so bad here because it just says, is Andy Biersack married? That is my...
It's like, we know who you guys are talking about.
No, you don't, Google. Stop it. Okay, is Black Veil Brides a Christian band?
Back at it again with the religion.
Is Black Veil Brides metal? Is Black Veil Brides emo? Is Black Veil Brides still together? Is Black Veil Brides a religious band? Is Black Veil Brides is Black Veil Brides an emo band? Is Black Veil Brides goth? Oh my god, I feel like a lot of okay. I almost feel like this is something my mom would type in. No offense, Mom. I love you, Mom, but you know.
No, girl, you good. That's something that my husband's parents would probably type in as well.
It's a lot of just the religion. Okay. Are Black Veil Brides
are black? Oh my gosh.
Black Veil Brides gay. Wow. Okay, people. Are Black Veil Brides problematic? Excuse me?
Problematic. Oh, look at that. What are Black Veil Bride fans called?
Okay, give it to me, Google. I like how there's a quiz right in the first link here.
Right? So you think you're a Black Veil Brides fan?
Oh, look. Black Veil Brides Army, Urban Dictionary. I did not know this. All right. Someone who is in the BVB Army is a fan of Black Veil Brides and has listened to them for a long time and likely listened to them for many more years to come. They can normally name all the members and listen to the lessons and message. I feel called out. Person 1. Hey, bro, have you ever heard of Black Veil Brides? Person 2. Yeah, I've been listening to them for about 2 years now. I even went to a couple of concerts. I got to meet Andy Biersack and the rest of the band. Person 1. Wow, you must be a part of the BVB Army.
I don't think I've ever had a conversation like that with someone. Well, yeah, I met Andy and the rest of the band. Wow, you must be a part of the BVB Army, bro, right? Just the way that it was worded, it makes it sound like you're not a part of the BVB Army until you meet them. You know what I'm saying? I like how it's Jeffree Star cosmetic advertisements. That's great.
Hi, I'm getting exposed here. I may have been looking at Jeffree Star's the other night. I swear, the internet, especially, and no matter what website you use, Google, Bing, Yahoo, I don't know what else is there, they keep tabs on you. Like if you're on another site like this one right here with all the advertising of Jeffree Star, because I was there for a couple of days ago, they're gonna like, hey, we saw you looking at this. Are you sure you don't want to buy it?
Oh, I think it goes even creepier than that. When you're sitting there, you're just thinking about something that you want to look up, and then you forget to look it up, but because you go on social media, they already have an advertisement based upon what you were thinking. That's weird.
An awesome group of people who have love for Black Veil Brides as an amazing rock band. Oh, these definitions make me laugh. The BVB Army are the many fans of the rock band Black Veil Brides. Andy Bierstadt, the lead singer of Black Veil Brides, wanted to create a band that was based on his love for Kiss and Motley Crue. Thus, the BVB was created. Oh, what? Oh, what?
Wow. What?
Oh, hello, person. By who's this by? Crash Carson, sir. Hi.
Andy Six, the supposed leader of the BVB Army, stole his ideas from the rock band Kiss because he isn't creative in any way, and everything he says about being yourself is all a bunch of bullshit. But here's the question. What exactly did he steal from Kiss? Because if you got nothing resembles Kiss to me.
He was definitely inspired by Chris.
Oh, yeah.
Which he has said multiple times in magazines and interviews and everything.
But that's the thing that annoys me is people look back at how when Black Veil Brides first started, it's the war paint. People just didn't like him because of that. So I'm assuming because of the war paint, that's what the ripoff of Kiss is, but it makes no sense because there's been so many bands that have war paint.
I will say when they first started coming out with, obviously with Knives and Pens and Movie Cheese Boots, with the war paint, okay, maybe I'm just not well educated. I'm still learning here and there about the music industry and of everything from the 80s to 90s and like the fashion, the appearance, the aesthetics for each band. I almost feel like when Black Veil Brides came out, like, yeah, we had Kiss, who had the iconic, looks itself. We had Motley Crue. We had Twisted Sister. I love his makeup when he did that crazy poofy into the hair and like everything. But I feel like when they come out, it's like, why are you guys doing makeup? I feel like you're not as these amazing icons, these legends here. You guys don't deserve to wear makeup whatsoever. Just don't wear makeup. It's weird. That's the impression I got just from learning from the war paint and everything.
I know. I hate these kinds of just people that clearly don't like Black Veil Brides feel the need to give their invalid opinions rather than just stating facts because they hate the band that much. But I don't understand how you can hate something so much that you have to like become so obsessed with it.
Speaking of war paint, let's see. Black Veil Bride war paint. The war paint stick, I love how that's the second one. I always like going to images just to see all the different variations of fans and the guys have done with war paint.
There's this one that Jake had, and honestly, I loved it so much. It almost looked like his eyes had black flames.
I don't know why. When I see this photo every single time, I love this photo of Andy with the war paint. I don't know what about it. I just love it. Just like...
It could be the way that it's contrasted. And just the angle in general, because I really do like how the necklace dangles down and you see like a piece of his arm just resting on his leg. It's like little detail things that matter.
Iconic Jake with his Jinkster look. Oh, okay. Do you remember seeing this? Was this an actual thing?
It was. I never had it though, and I really wanted it.
Okay, because like I saw that one time and I think I was either college or high school and I just could not afford it, but I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And I'm like, I just want it. All I have is a paint stick. So like,
I know, that's all I have. Unfortunately, I think this one was limited edition.
They need to bring it back.
Yes, you have fans that like to play.
Very much so.
Ooh, does Black Veil Brides?
Does Black Veil Brides believe in God? Does Black Veil Brides wear wigs?
Okay. That one is kind of funny because their hair is too perfect, I tell you.
didn't they have to like glue on like extensions to some of the guys' hair just to get that long length going on? I feel like it was either like Cece or Jake and Andy were talking about it.
I'm honestly not sure. I do know, I mean, if it is true, I definitely know what extensions they're talking about. I can't remember what they're called, but there are extensions that you glue. You don't glue to your scalp, but you glue to your hair. And honestly, that's like the messiest thing you can do.
I think they actually did glue it on. I don't even know if they even use like hair glue. I think that's a thing, right? Yes, you would know.
I don't think there's hair glue, but there's wig glue.
Oh, okay. Wig glue. There you go. Because I think they even said, like, we just needed this look and your hair is too short. We just need to glue on these extensions. I think they might have used the wrong glue, so it was, like, permanently for a while attached to someone's head for a bit.
Oh, no. Well, if that is true, that definitely sucks.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. You know, I'm always focused on, like, the makeup and fashion of the guys, but, like... there are people out there who actually do hair tutorials on how to get like Andy's new haircut and just other stuff. And it's like, oh,
I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
that's cool. That's actually really cool that there are hairstylists out there that teach people this.
Yeah, that looks like an Andy haircut right there.
Oh yeah.
Bands with terrible hair. Blackville brides. Wait, what is this? Oh, wait, this is Pinterest. Andy with his natural hair color, it's like seeing a unicorn.
Because, you know, it was so, I never expected to see his natural hair color. I was shook. I was so shocked. But, you know, didn't he only keep that natural look for just Warped Tour, and then he ended up changing it again?
How many times has he... Actually, now I'm curious. Google, let's help me. How many hair colors does Andy have? I think he has blonde. He has obviously black is natural.
I know he's had black and red.
Yes, I've seen that one. Has he ever... Yeah, he's never dyed it a crazy color, has he?
I don't think so. Because I think even like his adorable like emo teenage photos, those are all black hair. I think maybe just like a little bit of red or blue in some of them, like just tips. Now, here's a good question. Out of all the images, do you remember the very first image you ever saw of Andy Biersack before you knew he was Andy Biersack?
So I actually saw the first image of the band, not Andy.
Oh.
Let me see if I can find that actually now.
Before you do, I was going to say, literally that second image right there of Andy, that is the hands down, the very first image I ever saw of him before Black Veil Brides was even a thing, because his images were all over, you know, MySpace, and you had people that took his photos from MySpace and uploaded them to Google, and he was always in those like 7-minute and emo heaven quizzes and stories, and they always... That's how I found his photo, actually. You know, me being just some random, just some girl in middle school finding these links. And I'm like, what is this? What is this? I never knew who he was, though, until finding the band and then seeing all the old photos. I was like, oh, my God. I knew who that person was before seeing him in Black Veil Brides. What the heck?
That's pretty awesome. See, when I got on MySpace, I wasn't really into like the rock genre still and everything. I was still into the pop world and everything. Obviously, Gaga was queen for me, and Ricky Martin and some other people. No, I never saw any of these photos. Never did until I came across the first photo of Black Veil Brides when they were starting, and I'm like, and then the guy looked familiar, and I'm like, who is this guy? Who is this Andy Six? Because I don't think he went by his Biersack yet. I think he went by Andy Six still. And then I found him on MySpace, and then these photos that we're seeing right now have popped up. By the way, is this like his prom photo? I'm just curious. I've always been curious.
I don't know. Did Andy even go to prom?
I don't know. Honestly, like he is wearing a nice, very suit.
With him also making those videos with his friend Chance,
oh
it wouldn't surprise me if that was for one of their like skits. I absolutely loved him as Lightning Thunderstein. That was like the greatest character ever.
I remember coming across those and I laughed so hard watching them.
I loved them, but I was so confused as I watched. But it reminds me of the dumb shit me and my friends used to do.
Trying to look at that one photo I saw of Black Veil Brides, when like the first photo I ever saw of them. I remember this one with the trash can. I remember that one a lot.
Oh yeah.
I swear, There was one photo, it was like the same background, like all these guys again. Yes, this one was one of them too, this one. But there was another one which was so funny, and I don't know if it exists here, but it was the same background like this photo, and Sandra was in the middle, and everyone else had their shirts off, and was like kind of centering Sandra. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Those were all the photos that were used on my very first tour date for Black Veil Brides.
Yeah. They were so young back then.
I know, so little. They were all little beans. All of these old photos of Black Veil Brides are giving me serotonin right now.
So I may have spent a lot of time on this page in high school and college years just looking at his beautiful eyes. And for fans who have created collages like this one, thank you.
His eyes are very mesmerizing.
Okay, I will full on admit there was one time I literally thought these blue eyes are fake. Like, they have to be fake. He's wearing contacts, or he's just like upping the filter. Like, no, they're piercy blue. I'm like, okay, hi.
Isn't it amazing how crystal blue they are?
Did you ever watch Average Joe? Did you ever watch that?
I did. I'm wondering who didn't watch it.
Honestly, I remember coming across it on YouTube and it was like, that's Andy. What is this, though?
You know, I didn't know that was his cousin at first either.
Same.
I love how they added in all the members, too.
Yes.
The one that I remember the most is just Cece and his... It's got a preheat.
Yes! I love that. It's like, wait, oh my God. Oh, I don't know what episode was it.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, I've never related to Cece more.
Yes, I remember that. And I know that Jinx also came in to play the violin.
Yes. And oh my God, his scene was so funny because he was supposed to be, what was it, like just very mysterious and strange. Just the most random and funniest skits ever.
It's just pure gold. Like, I loved it so much. I love Cece's character. Jake did appear on it too, just very shortly.
Honestly, I haven't seen Average Joe in like such a long time.
I think there was only like 3 seasons of it. I think it just stopped then.
I think so, yeah. Did they ever say why they stopped?
I can't remember. Because I know Brian Stars did an interview with Andy, Joe, and Patrick, and I forgot who else. And they were talking about Average Joe, and I think it was mentioned there. It's been so long since I watched that video, so I don't know what exactly happened. So
I know. I seriously need to just take an entire day and go back and look over all like these nostalgic things. I feel like Average Joe was just the greatest thing since sliced bread.
It was definitely a comedy relief. There were so many good scenes with Andy, and obviously like the yoga scene and stuff, the baby vacation. I enjoyed watching those videos.
I thought I did enjoy those videos. I thought they were quite funny.
Black Veil Brides fan art. I always like looking at fan art. There's some really good photos here of fan art.
Oh yeah, I remember so many of these. I used to love a lot of the very second image. Like, I love drawings that were like that. So I would always like save all the comic arts and I would just print them off. I enjoyed them so much.
Were amazing. I remember seeing this one a lot too, and I thought that was the coolest thing I ever saw.
It is. I think that's what makes it cool though, is that they don't have to have a face to know who they are. I love the cartoon comic drawings of Black Veil Brides.
What about the chibi ones?
Yes. Oh, those were so cute.
Wait, did someone turn into a My Little Pony? That's amazing. That's for you.
I know, isn't that cool? That just blew me away in school.
That was pretty cool too. This one with the red and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I remember seeing this one a lot. This one
that's the one. Yeah, I remember that one.
I did see this one. Did you see the Rick and Morty one? That one's pretty funny.
Oh no, I didn't. That's actually pretty cool.
I like Rick and Morty. I did watch that. Ooh, someone did a Blackbird artwork. Look at that. That's cool.
Oh, that's awesome. I really like that purple Andy one as well for like.
Oh yeah, I actually came across this is actually an Etsy shop. You can actually purchase prints of this work, and she also did this one right here of the.
Yeah, those are dope.
Amazing, I swear. This artist who I forgot, I don't know her name right now, but Oh my gosh, she's so talented with watercolor. Like, I'm just in awe. Actually, I'm curious if I can actually find it now. I know your tattoos show up here on Google.
Mine?
Yes, yours do. I swear.
I'm curious on which ones.
Let's see. Lost it all. I swear I saw it.
I'm surprised with... Oh, look at that. That's the first one. The
first one. Boom! I knew it.
See, now I feel like I could have done so much more with that tattoo, though.
Okay.
Have you ever Googled yourself?
Oh, I have. I will full on admit that. I don't know what it comes up for images. I haven't checked recently. Oh, okay. That is a horrible screenshot of me. Ah! I like how there's ramen just popping up here.
Hey, because you're cool noodles. I'm surprised that we haven't fallen down a rabbit hole with Black Veil Brides yet, because I don't know.
We could usually when it comes to Black Veil Brides, when I'm Googling, it's fanfic.
Girl, same, okay?
It's fanfic. Like, I go to Wattpad and read a lot.
There are just some awesome stories out there, things that I never would have thought of, and I'm like, damn, that should be a movie or something.
I'm gonna expose myself. This is the place I go for fanfic, guys. I do like the stories here. They give you a brief description of like what the story is about. Sometimes, if you're lucky, they give you like photos for each chapter, or kind of give you a photo description of the character.
Let's see. Adopted by Andy Biersack, Is This Madness? A Christian Coma love story. I think literally the best, like one of my favorite fan fictions ever was when the entire story was that Andy was a fallen angel and he was like casted down to earth like for punishment and everything, and he just falls in love with a mortal. I think it is the most cutest story ever.
I've read a couple here. I like this one I read.
This is guilty pleasure stuff, you guys. You're not supposed to know what we do in our spare time. How do you just, people go, so what do you read? Fan fiction.
I still read a couple from time to time, not as much as I used to during high school and college years, but I still do from time to time. It made me laugh so hard just because like I know Andy, like in interviews, I think also Cece too, I don't know about the other guys, they actually did read some fan fiction out loud, and I'm just here like, oh god.
They read it with a smile on their face though, and I'm like, they love it.
Okay, the one thing I always wanted to witness, and I probably will never will, just because it's kind of died down now, is, do you remember, I know Andy did this too with Brian Stars in one of his interviews. Mm-hmm. There were a couple of lines from 50 Shades of Grey.
I definitely remember it from the Brian Stars interviews, but I don't remember it anywhere else.
Yeah.
Where else was it?
I don't know. There's fanfic. I don't want fanfic.
50 Shades fan fiction. Holy hell.
There's Andy in Brian Starr's interview.
I see which one you're talking about.
This one! I don't know if like he had the book or someone threw it to him, or maybe it was, it was not after the Brian Starr's interview, just because of his hairstyle looks different. But
well, yeah, and then the makeup too.
Makeup and stuff. Not
being at that show, I'm wondering, like, did Andy casually whip out 50 Shades of Grey and was like, let me read y'all's story?
Did a fan throw it? Did he have it by any chance? I don't know, but just look at that smile on his face.
It almost looks like a discomforted smile. One of the things that you could type in is BVB Imagines. Those were super popular when Twitter like first came out. For anyone Googling these, they can get a little smut.
Oh! I can see how these can get a bit... I mean, this one's very tame. This one's very tame, but I can see how these can get... Yeah.
The cute ones were like the greatest. Imagines were the first thing that I found before fan fiction.
Really? I've never heard of Imagines until you told me about it. Like, never came across it, never even heard of it.
And there were some that were just hilarious too. Like, imagine Andy Biersack shoving cake in your face and you both start laughing, but then you laugh so hard that you choke and die. And I was like, oh. I was like, that's great.
This one is, I can't even read that. Teaching you how to play drums, and after you leave, he gives you his number and his favorite drumstick. Yes, please.
If you go on Twitter, you'll probably still find some of them. Probably a lot of them.
We could go on here for days or hours.
Oh, I'm sure. It's endless.
It is endless here.
I think what we have here has been more than plenty for anyone who has not deep dived into Black Veil Bride.
Literally just type in Black Veil Brides and there's so much information out there, from articles, from photo shoots to interviews.
For anyone wanting to Google Black Veil Brides, do it on YouTube, because you'll just come across so many entertaining videos of all the guys, whether that's interviews or fan videos of just them being filmed outside of concerts. Like there's one of Cece that I sent Ruth where he is drunk at Applebee's, running around Applebee's singing Living on a Prayer, and it is literally the best thing ever. It soothes your soul, it makes you happy.
I actually wonder now, since there's so much of the guys out there on the internet, YouTube, just in the internet in general, it's like, I wonder if they're like looking back at certain moments, like maybe with Cece with the Living on a Prayer, is like, what was I thinking?
My favorite to look at is a lot of the photo bombs that happen.
There are a couple good photos I remember of just the guys in general, and Andy obviously, and I would have to save them on my phone. And because, like, you know how Andy sometimes does a clear on his Instagram and deletes all those old photos and everything?
If there's one thing I would love to talk about, it's the fact that I would like to point out Andy does not nearly take as many selfies as he used to. And that makes me sad.
No.
I swear we used to get a couple selfies a day.
He automatically knows it's going to be a hit because we missed them.
Oh, I know. All right, you guys. Today's BVB fan shout out goes to Bird. Her @ on Twitter is going to be I90 Beer Sack. Honestly, she's pretty new to the BVB Army, and in her bio, she even says that she's just a solo fan and she has no one to talk to about the band. And that breaks my heart, because I hope you know you do have so many fans that you can talk to about Black Veil Brides. For instance, Ruth and I, you can talk to us anytime about the band. You can talk to Cassidy, Catherine. I could list so many people on Twitter.
People out there you
yeah,
can talk to.
Everyone, literally everyone will be more than willing to discuss Black Veil Brides, new or old. And just thank you for following us and just being a fan. I mean, we appreciate it. We love your dedication. Don't be shy to say hi and talk to us or any of the fans. This shout out goes to you. I want people to know you exist. I want people to talk to you.
Yes, you exist. BVB Army, go and find her and follow her and interact with her, because every BVB fan deserves to be talked to and just fan about this amazing band that we are a fan of and everything. So it's amazing. So
yes, come be a part of the BVB Army.
Please do. Well, I think that wraps up our BVB Google Deep Drive this episode. Interesting. Like we just, yeah, internet, it's internet. There's so many things in the internet.
I think we can definitely agree. Apparently the most searched thing for Black Veil Brides is if they are Christian.
What religion are where they are? I know.
I mean, you know, what bothers me is it's just because they wear black.
It probably is, and it's one thing that they still get a little bit today, honestly, which is ridiculous, but, you know, whatever.
It's just sad.
We hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed and maybe learn new things of what we found on the Google and internet of Black Veil Brides and stuff and everything else. And if you guys like this type of like Google deep dive and like have ideas and maybe phases of things we can type in online and you want a round 2, definitely let us know in the comments of like, hey, we want a round 2, you should type this, you should type that, or whatever. Let us know in the comments below. We would love to read them, and who knows, maybe make a second one of these.
I think that would be fun.
All of our descriptions are down below. Definitely, again, this is our episodes here for the most part are an audio version, so you can find our podcast on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Google Podcasts too. BVB Army Hearts to Hearts. Please subscribe to our channel, hit that notification, hit the ring bell, because sometimes YouTube is YouTube. One of those things. And last but not least, give us a follow on our Twitter. We are definitely interactive out there. We are slowly, every single month when it comes by, we plan out things, try to interact with many fans as we can out there in the BVB Army. So again, just thank you so much for everything, guys. And I guess with that, we will see you guys next week with a new episode. Whatever that will be, because we're still working on it, but I'm sure it will be an awesome one.
Oh, it will be.
It will be. Next week is someone certain's birthday.
Ooh, yes, it is. Is
Yeah.
it next week?
Yeah.
Damn, April is already going by that quick. Don't tell me. Oh my gosh, it will be next Thursday. Girl.